Hey guys, this is James and welcome to the Rambling Dasher. And this is our version of Dashing in the Dark, of which you can see it's not quite dark yet, but we ended our other show because it was getting that way, and we had a long way to get back into town. So since then, we are back in town, and I've accepted a dash to Hardee's, of which is a rare occurrence because I don't get that many orders at Hardee's. But now it hit dash, or it gave me the order right as the exit was passing, and there's no other way to get there. So I'm kind of screwed in this one. I'm gonna have to go up this way, go back across the freeway, loop back around, then loop back around over there to get to the Hardee's. So I'm just not a big fan of this one. I don't know if there might be an easier way to get over there by not going the freeway. I'm gonna take my chances doing that. It says 4 minutes if I go the freeway, but I don't see it happening. So I'm going to try going this way and see what happens. It still says 4 minutes going through town. So, yeah, we're going to try it this way, see what happens. Anyway, so, welcome. We've just wrapped up a regular episode of the Rambling Dasher. And then we have a special episode that we do at night. Basically, we just do this at on the days we do a long dash, because it just makes it kind of break it down into a couple of videos. So anyway, and we gave it a name because I thought it was kind of cool. Dashing in the Dark. So we just try to have fun with that. We are sitting at, so far on today, we are at $48.75. So we are way behind on our goal of hitting $100 tonight. So I just finished a $10.25 order that was a ways out of town and just now getting back. So I need some more decent orders, and I'm trying also not to let my ARs keep sliding, because ever since I got back from my Portugal trip, and we came back to a 0 AR, or is not a 0 AR, but a 0 dashes in the last 30 days, or deliveries. And when you have 0 deliveries in the last 30 days, then you don't get platinum. So I came back, and because my AR was good enough and everything else was good enough, I had gold. But for some reason, gold don't get you orders, or decent orders, here where I'm at. I really believe there's oversaturation of drivers, maybe an undersaturation of orders. We have a decent amount of orders. It's just that a lot of drivers from Little Rock come down this way because they don't want to deliver in Little Rock. So anyway, it is what it is. So I feel like having the platinum status helps with the number and the quality of orders. I can get a lot of orders any day of the week, typically, but doesn't mean they're going to be quality. And even sometimes the quality with the platinum, like I had a $5 order earlier that says, hey, your platinum status helped you get this order. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Anyway, all right, we're at this Hardee's, and I'm going to run in and pick up my order, and we will be right back. So see you in a minute. All right, guys, so we go in there, and the the place is out of ice cream, so they can't make the milkshakes that the people want. So I had to call them, and they said, oh no. And the people at the restaurant don't know how to cancel it. I obviously can't cancel it. The people were like, well, we'll just cancel it on our end. I was like, okay. So now we're going to deliver the food minus the milkshake. So how will this affect my status? Is what I'm worried about. Because somehow these things can come back to bite you. So fingers crossed it doesn't. But anyway, we'll see. We'll go make the order. We'll go make the delivery. Hope for the best. Alright, people, get out of my lane. Y'all could move over. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I don't think there's any other ice cream places along the way. I offered them, but they have not replied at all. So there's not much anything here on this side of the freeway. They don't have anything at Waffle House. They don't have anything. I don't want to run all the way up to like Walmart, or to, not Walmart, but to whatever that place is called. McDonald's or Wendy's or some other place. But Papa John's and Subway, about the only two places over here that would have anything. I don't know that this, sometimes Circle K will have a, oh, I need to turn right here. But yeah, no, we're in the neighborhood now. So they had a chance to respond, but they did not. It's like, sorry, I'm already at your house. Give me a $20 tip and I will go pick up your stuff. Whatever you like, whatever you like. Oh, these people live way back in this neighborhood. All right, so order number 1 for Dashing in the Dark on this Monday night. I'm gonna find this place. It's right around the corner here, and I will be right back. All right, that I did not see the stats on it, but that put us at 54 even, and we're gonna get back over there where we can get some more orders. And my emergency brake is still on. It doesn't like driving with the emergency brake on, I promise you. I promise you that. So my other car is in the shop. Has all kinds of little suspension issues going on with it. I knew it did, and I knew it did a long time ago, but I just been riding it. Oh, this is not in a street that I can come out on. Definitely a street that needs to be fixed. So, anyway, yeah, it's going to cost a pretty penny, probably like a good month's worth of salary or of DoorDash delivering to pay for that car to be fixed. So, not to say, but it's just one of those things that, I mean, I've paid a lot of money the last 2 or 3 months to fix 3 different cars, and one of them to be told that, hey, there ain't no fixing it, even though we fixed some stuff and we paid to fix some stuff on it, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I mean, so I probably he offered to do a bit of a tune-up on it, so I said let's wait another month on the tune-up, or maybe a month or 2, because this suspension is gonna hit me quite hard. In addition to already paying this guy to fix the AC in this car, and to fix the other stuff in the other car that he then discovered is not worth fixing. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that car, because before I was hoping to sell it for like $6,000-8,000. Now I don't know if I can get anything out of it other than taking it to a whatever salvage yard. And at one time, a year ago, they offered me $600 for it, and I wish I would have taken it then, because I've spent a lot of money on it to not be able to sell it. So those, sometimes things like that happen. Alright, now where can I find me some food? This I do not know. So I may just run through Taco Bell drive-through, or I might not. It's hard to say, hey, let's go get some food, and you're door dashing, and then you get an order, you get another order, and as you know that if you stop, you're just hurting your DoorDash. And on a poor night to start with, right? So I'm sitting at 4 hours in with $54, so that's like $12.50 an hour, maybe $13 or whatever. I've got to get a haircut. And on Monday nights, there's some restaurants that you might normally get orders for that are closed, so there's that. There is that. It will happen. Let's see if I can go to... Oh, what are you doing? Why? Confirm, change locations. I wish I just saved my favorite in here, but I don't know what the hell. Taco Bell's app just keeps changing. Cantina chicken menu. Cantina chicken burrito. Add 1 burrito. I don't think I need anything else. View my bag. Check out. Check out. Skip. Drive through. Place order. I don't know if it's gonna let me, because it may have an old credit card, or my credit card expired. It seems to say okay. We will allow it. And there's nobody. Well, there's 2 cars in the drive-through. but they aren't all backed up around the corner. So
Thanks to the Taco Bell. Are you checking the mobile app today?
I have an order for James.
You had a cantina chicken burrito?
Yes.
Alright, second window.
Thanks. Alright guys, I'm going to pick up this chicken burrito and I'm going to pull over to the bank parking lot and I am going to eat it. So I won't make you guys sit through that. So we'll pause this and I will be right back. Alright guys, we have I don't know if I even mentioned it, but I got a little Burger King order for like $5 or $6. So went and picked it up. We got it strapped in the back seat, and it's about 2.2 miles down the road. So at some apartment complexes. So yeah. So I had my burrito. It's very tasty. I go with the, what do I go with nowadays? They have this cantina chicken menu. And I, just for the sake of getting something that's not too messy, go with the cantina chicken burrito. And there's something about that salsa verde sauce, or whatever they call it, this green, I don't know, it may have avocado in there, it may have tomatillo or some other green things, I don't know, but it is delicious. And that cantina chicken, whatever they put in that, is good. I can't get enough of that. I saw, and I don't think I've ever ordered this, but they have a cantina chicken bowl. That sounds tasty as well. That would probably be, I mean, I can't eat that burrito while I'm driving, so I gotta pull over, so I could probably eat that cantina chicken bowl as well. It would just probably take me longer, because it's probably bigger and has more stuff than that, than the $6 burrito. I don't know what this thing is telling me. There's like my phone, and I don't know if it's because I'm connected to this new car, and normally I don't connect to a car because the other car that I drive, I think is a 2010 model, it doesn't have Bluetooth. I've got a little Bluetooth connector to go into the auxiliary plug, but I don't ever use it, especially since I've been doing this YouTube channel, because it's hard to listen to stuff over the speakers at the same time you're recording a YouTube channel or doing a bunch of talking. So then if I was listening to music, or if I'm listening to a podcast, or if I'm listening to something else like an audiobook or something, then the likelihood of me doing something that might get me penalized with YouTube. Now, I don't know if I could or would, because I'm not monetized. So now my kid has a monetized channel, and he gets cracked down all the time because he either has some music from a video game or something, and they're like, nope, you can't do that, you can't do that. So anyway, alright, I gotta find out which apartment this is, because this GPS has a hard time telling me sometimes the right apartment to go to inside this apartment complex. And it's a series of buildings right here that's a pain in the rear, because you can't see the apartment number because they're all sideways. There's 31, so this end one has to be it. I would like to think so anyway. Now granted, this must be the back side, because there's no freaking numbers anywhere. I hate it when they don't put the numbers where you can see them. Well, I'm just going to take a chance, and fingers crossed this was it. I hope it's not over there across the street. Alright, I'm going to go deliver this food. We'll be right back. Alright, let's see. That put us up to $60.25. We are 4 hours and 14 minutes into it. 9 out of 10 offers accepted, and that was $6.25. So $2.25 base with a $4 tip. So not that bad for the amount of time we put into it. So let's see what else we can find. I need 4 more $10 orders. 4 $10 orders. I got about an hour and a half to go. Come on, people. You can do it. And we get a $7.75 for 7 miles. That's not going to help us to get it, but we're not going to turn that down. So $7.75 for 7 miles. This thing's telling me to go out the hard way, and I'm just going to skip it and go out the other end. So this is another pizza place. Pizza. Except it's not pizza. It's not Little Caesars. This place is called Lost Pizza, but it's like what I would call a regional chain. I think they started out of Florida maybe, but it's pizza. It's not my favorite, but I'll eat it. I will eat it. But usually we don't come down here. It's a rare occurrence. It's been a long time. I've had a lot of pizza since I've had this one last. Because I don't know, I have to say, ever since they put Different Dough Pizza Co., I don't even have to leave Bryant to get my favorite pizza. So yeah, it is what it is. All right, people, come on, let's go. You got a center lane you can get into, you know that, right? Center lane. Oh, look at that. Oh, I was thinking gas was down to $2.63, but that's their quote-unquote easy pay, which takes it directly out of your debit account, out of your checking account. Okay, I will be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I keep hitting my head on this thing up here. I don't know if I'm got this seat scooted up too high or what, but I'm not liking it. I keep hitting my head. Or I'll lower it down a little bit. Maybe I won't lean forward and knock that thing loose. Alright, so we have picked up this pizza. It turns out to be a dessert pizza. So yeah, and it is 6 miles away, 12 minutes. So a little bit of delivery time going on here. I also see a red flashing light on my receiver, the microphone receiver, so I've got some additional chargers for these two things, so I need to get those out and plug them in so they will last for the next hour and a half, if I can figure out how to reach it. That's what my son was like, you got a death trap going on in here with all this, a fire hazard with all this electronics in here. And I was like, you might be right. So I just don't know where to shove all this stuff in here in this particular car. Number one, my daughter just left and then left all the crap, right? So there's that. She left it just kind of trashed. Some of this stuff is mine, but some of it is hers. But I don't know if I don't know if I'll be using this car very much to DoorDash. I hope not. Although it's not bad, it drives pretty smooth. Let's see. Okay, so the red light is not flashing anymore. It's just solid red, which just means it's charging. Now the other one started red flashing, so I gotta get it down. So the first one was the receiver, now the microphone. So I gotta get the microphone plugged in, and I don't know where the heck am I going. I gotta turn somewhere up here. So let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Nope. How did I even get it in there to start with? There we go. Where do I turn? Where do I turn? Plugged in. Turn on the battery. And solid red. Okay. We gotta go all the way up here. I know I missed a turn earlier, and it may have added a few minutes to this delivery. I'm not real 100% certain here, but let's see if I can squeeze. Oh yeah, that's a nice fit. So here's the mic kind of in my lap now instead of up above, but that's all right. That is a-okay. I had to clamp it to the garage door opener because there's nothing else to clamp it to. So, anyway, well, now I don't have to go all the way up into town, just a little ways. So yeah, she left a bunch of stuff hanging around in here, so I got to get in here and kind of clean this thing out. I know if I just leave it up to the kid, he probably is like, I don't care. and we'll just leave it here dirty like this for the rest of his time driving it, and it'll be in the same condition as it would be if when he gets done driving it that his sister left it in. So but maybe I'll make him clean it out some. He needs to do some of that stuff. Maybe I will make him do that tomorrow. He's still on Japan time, so it's kicking his butt. He said he was up till 7:30 this morning. He was just like, I'm gonna fix this by staying awake all night long and then just go to bed at the normal time tomorrow night, which meaning tonight. Well, he made it till 7 a.m. this morning, and then he just crashed. So anyway, he didn't make it, and then he woke up I got a message about 1:30 that he had a 3:40 ortho appointment, and he's at my house, so I was like, okay, I'll take him, even though I was working or whatever. But yeah, it's fine. So, and we got him up, took him into town, and started my DoorDash, but dropped him back off so he could play some video games. And I see that it's a real version of dashing in the dark now, because it is dark in here. Let me see if I can. Let's see what my dashing in the dark light does. Ooh, that is bright right in my face. I don't like that. But you can kind of see now a little bit. All right. Oh, 6 minutes, 3 miles. I have to think there was easier ways to get here. I should have. So there was, if I would have been in the right lane, but someone was passing me and I couldn't get over to turn to get back on the freeway going towards Bryant. But it was still back in this area where I'm going. I don't know how far back it is, but it looks like quite a ways. Yeah, it's just back in the boonies. Back in the boonies, which means I got another 5 miles or 5+ minutes to get back to any more restaurants after I deliver it. So I'm gonna have about 1 hour left after this delivery. And on top of that, I have not done a very good job at all today of getting my steps in. Well, I'm at 5150. Wow. So I've gotten more steps in doing DoorDash than I had before I left the house to go on this journey, because I barely had 2,000 steps, I bet. So that just means I still have about 48 minutes to walk after I get home. So in theory, I could dash to 11 and still get my steps in before midnight, but I also know that I hate that's one sure way for me to miss out on my steps for the day, and I haven't missed any since last month. So I've made it every day so far in July. And today is like the 14th. Good night, they're tearing up. I don't know what they're doing, but either they're putting new sewer lines in or new water lines or something. Utilities, but they just dug a trench across the road right there instead of going underneath. Good night. Man, this thing's a long ways out here. It's not that far, but I wish I would have went the other way. Not that I would have been there by now, but maybe. 1.7 miles left for 3 more minutes. And it's, I don't know, it's somewhere up here, and I have to turn right. And that's a rare thing. A rare thing that I have to turn right off of this road. So yeah, we're already 35 minutes into this video with dashing in the dark. I got about 2 minutes, so I want to throw just one thing out there that's pretty common for me to say, as far as, especially for young people, but even older people like myself, is start your savings. My recommendation: find a way to make an extra $25 a week. Open up an account with Robinhood, or some other place that has a free trading system, and just start purchasing some ETF that is going into the S&P 500. I purchase weekly into SPY. The symbol is SPY, and it's just an ETF company called Spider, I think, that and the symbol is SPY, and it's an inexpensive fund that mimics the S&P 500. You can also look at a Vanguard one. Vanguard, I can't remember the code on it, but it starts with a V. But you can look up Vanguard S&P 500 and you will find that one. Both of those are very inexpensive funds as far as the expense ratios in them to be able to manage those funds. And they both mimic the S&P 500, so they're going to both perform about the same. And the S&P 500, if you look over the past 40, 50 years or whenever since inception, it's averaged well over 10% for that time frame. But there's going to be some negative years, there's going to be some positive years, but the positive far outweigh the negatives. But I recommend finding a way, put $25 a week in, and you will not be displeased over time. And the great thing is if you're doing it on the regular, that that $25 a week, this is what's crazy, is I don't see a front door, but there's a driveway here that drives up around the back. So, and I see people. So I don't know, they're coming out a door here at the front. And so I will get out and walk through the tall grass. So just bear with me, I will be right back. Alright, I'm not sure what happened there, but somehow we hit stop on this video, and it just stopped, and so I started a new one here. But we just got back in the car, I handed it to the dude, so I'm gonna hit continue. I'm gonna send them a message anyway, so they can still add on an extra tip if they want to. Thank you. Enjoy. Exclamation. I have not had a single that's not true. I've had some people say thank you and so forth. So, and mark it with a meme that says it's been delivered instead of knocking on the door, because it's too late to knock on the door because I've already handed them the order. So continue, handed it to the customer, confirm, and we're up to $68 even. That was $7.75, $3.75 with a $4 tip. So thank you guys very much. $68. Wow. So we've been, it told me, but I didn't pay any attention to it. We're coming up on hour number, or for a full 5 hours, right? almost 5 hours here, and we are sitting at $68. So that's not the best night. Now granted, I only need 3 $11 orders in the next hour and 8 minutes. 3 $11 orders, and that will put me over the top. So, by $1. So, come on, DoorDash, make it happen. I need 3 $1 orders, or 1 $33 order. I'll take a 32. You know, I'm not greedy. I'll take a 32. Mic slid around too. So yeah. So back to my financial stuff is start putting that money back. So I'm not going to run the query, but you can run the query on ChatGPT or Hey Google, and it's going to open it up. So stop. Hold on. Oh, confirm to complete delivery. I thought I already did that. Return to Dash. Okay, good. So if you do a query on one of those platforms and just say, hey, if I add $25 a week for 40 years, and I get 8% return for that 40 years, what will the value of my money be? And if you do that and you get 8%, which we know the S&P has done over 8% for the past, it's done over 10% in the past 40 years, that your $25 a week will grow to like $1.1 million. And if you're young and you get in that mindset that, hey, I'm going to save just a little bit for me in the future, and the rest of it goes towards now, right? If you get in that mindset, and I'll say this for DoorDashers, dash 2 extra hours a week. Figure out what is the amount that you have a goal, meet that goal, and then do 2 extra hours, and whatever tips you get in those 2 extra hours, dump it over into SPY or the Vanguard S&P 500. I use what did I say? Robinhood. It's just an online trading app, and it's got all the normal, just like if you were going through another institution that maybe you may have heard of. But Robinhood is one of the first ones, if not the first ones, that started with zero trade commissions, or I don't know what you call it, but anyway, they didn't charge for trades. So back in the day, even the cheapest places, like they started going down to like $7 trades at Scott Trade or something like that. So you had to, even on that one, that was the cheap one. If you had $100 to put in, then they would charge you $7 to buy it. So you only bought $93 worth of whatever you were buying, and they got $7. Well, if you wanted to sell it, you had to have it go from 93 all the way up to 107, which is probably more than 14%, 15, 16% gain, and you would sell it to get $100 back, right? So it had to go up $14 for you just to, or not $14, but it had to go up more than 14% for just you to break even at the $100 that you invested in, because they made $7 when you bought it, they made $7 when you sold it. So if it was up to 107 and you sold it, you would get the $100. They got that $7. So it was just a crapshoot back in the day, and that's where it's like you had to have money to be able to make money in the stock market because of the commissions. But when Robinhood came out, they said, well, we can make money some other way. I don't know how they make their money, but they make other money. And yeah, so $7 trades, and I'm just like, or $0 trades. So I started messing around with this several years ago, and I was just doing like, hey, I got $300 extra. I'm gonna put it in there as play money, and just kind of like, I'll find some kind of penny stocks that I can buy, $100, and if it goes up like 10 up to, like, let's say I buy 100 shares of a stock that costs $1 a share. It's really speculative type trading, so I'll throw that out there. And I'm not a financial advisor, or at least I'm not one anymore. I used to have a Series 7 license, so that I could do that, but I haven't had it in a number of years. And I look at some of those places. I used to be a rep for Edward Jones, but I really look at Edward Jones as being like they treated their traders just like a used car lot hires new staff, and in bulk, right? You hire new staff in bulk for the simple reason of finding one good one. So if I hire 50 people a month, and it doesn't cost me that much money to hire them in terms of what they're looking for, and then if they find one good one, then they've done what they need to do. And that's what used car dealerships do as well. It doesn't cost a used car dealership very much money to hire. Like, I know this because my brother did this, right? He got started in the business, in the car dealership business, like 30 years ago. And he just applied to an ad that they had in a paper at a Chevy dealership here in, it was in Little Rock. And yeah, it was like, hey, hiring 13 new sales reps or whatever. So he went in there, and he's still in the car business today. Now, I kind of doubt that any of those other people were, or the people that they hired the next month, or the next month, or the next month. But they have a standard ad that they used to keep in the newspaper anyway. I don't know how they do it now. But they would hire a bunch of people, and only the good ones would be able to make it, because it was 100% commission. And that's the way Edward Jones was. Now, Edward Jones is a little bit better, and they try to give you the tools and train you and do all that. But it was basically the same thing. They're going to throw you out there at some point and say, hey, here's your 100% commission. We hope you can make a living. Well, it was not a good deal. I can't sell, I can't sell water to a dude in the desert or something like that, But anyway, I came out of it with a lot of good knowledge, but just know that these agencies are truly just hiring salespeople. They don't train them enough to be able to manage anything. They don't train. They make you study to pass an exam, but that doesn't mean that you know how to treat people's money. And they have all kinds of what I would call lobbyists that come in there, and they invite them in the door to pitch their products for you to sell to your customers, and you get paid commission based upon selling their products. And sometimes you get paid handsomely for selling those products. Some of them I still believe are good deals, just for those people that are timid. If you can buy some insurance products or insurance wrappers around your investments to say, hey, you're you're going to lose some upside because the expenses are there and you're paying those expenses towards insurance, of which this insurance company is going to keep, but they guarantee you won't get back anything less than what you put in, but the potential for growth. And the reality is, if you haven't invested into the markets, the growth will be there over time. It's just, what if we hit one of those 3-year windows, like when, I don't know if it was a 3-year window when 9/11 happened, but at the end of the Clinton campaign, it was a 3-year negative, right? There was a housing bubble, there was a tech bubble, and all this stuff. It was like everything hit at once at the end of the Clinton years. And then when 9/11 happened, it was a tough couple of years there. And then just every time we have an election, the markets are in flux. And then we had COVID. Everything I had in mind, I was down. But everything has come back like gangbusters afterwards, right? Through a Trump, through a Obama, and now back to Trump again. So, and even money that I had in there, but after this past election, it went down after Trump came in, but now it's back up to way past what it was before Trump was in there. So, the reality is, regardless of what people do, and people can do some damaging things to the markets, but anyway, back to my original story is, I just encourage you to put in at least $25 a week. Find something, do your research, right? I recommend something like SPY or the Vanguard S&P 500. There's a 725 for a Walmart, so I'm going to accept that. It's 4.2 miles. That's the Walmart right across the freeway from where I just got off at the Alcoa exit. So go away. $25 a week. Here's the crazy thing. If you put in $25 a week and you consistently do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, you consistently do that, you will not miss that money. You will just make it as part of your regular budgeted expenses, and you just tag it as, hey, I am paying for me in the future. Because here's what's happening now. No one has any money. No one has any extra money to retire on. And they're expecting the government to take care of them? No. The government can't take care of squat. I don't care who your president is. They can't take care of you. And they are not. The reality of the job of the U.S. government is not to take care of you. Now, if you listen to some politicians, they say, yeah, it's the government's job to do everything for you because you can't even wipe your own butt. So we'll do it for you. Include put you in poverty for the rest of your life. They will do that for you. Everybody gets the same thing if you listen to some of them. But no, what if you go in and do this and you've got this money set aside for yourself for many years to come, and then the government comes in and says, hey, well, we're going to take a lot of your money and give it to these other people who weren't as smart as you, who didn't do the things that you did. So I want you to think about that. Anyway, I'm going to go pick up this food, and we will be right back. Alright guys, we're back in the car. We have got to go through the 4 roundabouts. I don't know where the heck this is taking me. It looks like it's going to this plant. And it says for the dude will meet me in the parking lot. Now I gotta get out of this thing without hurting myself or anybody else. So this car does have a backup camera. It's a little tiny screen, but I have the recording camera right in front of it. belt. Oh, that's for the best. All right, so, oh, man, that's bright. Oh. They need to work on their parking lots over here. All right, so getting up on that freeway access road so we can go up here and make a loop-de-loop and go south on Alcoa. All right, so anyway, so back to finances. I highly encourage you. Put that money in there. Figure out a way to do it. I've heard tons of people tell me, my own family is like, I can't even buy me a, whatever. Like my daughter, she was doing it for a long time, while she was in high school, but then afterwards, she's like, everything she has goes to other things, right? But it's really just this mindset that you're gonna have to do it. You need to do it, right? If you don't have that mindset and you just create it as an extra budget entry that you always have to do, like you just tell yourself you don't have a choice. And if you just do that, then you will be far better off later on. Even if you get to a point that I don't know, that you need that money, then you can take it out and use it for whatever. You may have penalties or whatever if you put it into a retirement account. But yeah, I would highly recommend doing that. $25 a week, you'll have over $1 million. So if you got over $1 million, so here's the crazy thing is, why would I put $1 million? Why would I save $1 million? I'm just gonna have to pay taxes. I'm like, well, so let's do the math, right? Let's say that you did this and you put in you put in $50 or $25 a week, and you saved up $1 million, right? And then you took it all out and you had to pay taxes on it, okay? And let's say those taxes were somewhere you got it wrangled down to 25%. So you had to pay in $250,000 in taxes, okay? So you paid in $250,000 as opposed to the person who put nothing in. Okay? So you put in $50 or $25 a week and you made $1 million and you had to pay $25,000 or $250,000 in taxes. But guess what? You still have $750,000. The other person has zero. So which is better? Tell me. I need you to answer me right now. Which is better? $750 or zero? $750,000 or zero? Which is better? If you're going to argue with me and tell me that zero is better than $250,000, somebody didn't raise you right? I don't know what else to say to that. But people do say that. They can't see the forest for the trees. They come up with every excuse to not do what they can clearly see to be the right thing to do. I see it through DoorDash. I see it through people looking for jobs. I see it in everything nowadays, especially with some younger people that just think that everyone on earth is here for them, right? At some point, you're going to have to pull your pants up and get out there and do it for yourself instead of relying on someone else to do it for you. Sheesh, I can get deep into this stuff, right? I just want to encourage you to start putting some money back. $25 a week. It is not very much money. If you're not doing DoorDash, maybe you start doing DoorDash 2 hours a week and get $25 in tips or $25 in DoorDash. And then you go out there and you take that money and you funnel it into a Robinhood account and start saving that money. And at the end of the day, you will thank me, right? Unless you're just one of those people who can't find anything to be thankful for. I feel like if you got it in there and you got up to where you came out of this thing with $750,000 as opposed to zero, then you'll find a way to use that $750,000 in your retirement. I know I wish I had it right now, because I did not start saving until my late 40s, and I'm 55. So yeah, it's kind of it's tough in that regard, that I wish I had started I wish someone had told me, hey, put $25 a week in. And I'm sure I would have came up with the same lame ass excuses that I hear today, but for that one person who isn't going to make excuses, that's going to take this little sliver of advice, put $25 a week in, and you will be far better off for yourself, for your family, than you ever thought you could have been without it. And the great thing about it is that once you start doing $25 a week, and especially if you're going along like most Americans, that you start out doing simple things, but you get a job and you move up that job, you change jobs and you get paid a little bit more, and you start other funds, or maybe you make more and therefore you can put a little bit more back in. So the next thing you know, you're able to retire before the normal retirement age of like 62 or 67. I mean, I'm following a couple on YouTube right now. They retired in their maybe mid or late 40s. I don't know. They only had $300,000 when they retired. But you know what they did? They turned that retirement money into, well, and they had some online things that were paying them like money. But so they live off of $4,000 per year between the two of them. And they live in Southeast Asia and make YouTube videos. And the crazy thing is, they make YouTube videos and make more than they spend. So they put more money back. So in case they ever want to move back to the States or buy a retirement home or something like that, then they will be able to. I just think it's kind of crazy that, I can't see the road here, that you could, that I was watching them the other day, and they do these things where people call in to their YouTube channel and they just answer questions. And I'm like, somebody put on the comments, can I move to Vietnam for $2,500 a month? Yeah, you can move to Vietnam for $2,500 a month. And I'm like, golly, I can't live here for double that, it seems like. So anyway, hey, I'm at this little plant. I'm going to be looking for this dude's truck, and I think I see it here. So I'm going to hit pause, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so that one was $7.25. We've been going for 5 hours and 11 minutes, and we are at $75.25. So I need one $25 order. That's all I need. One $25 order so we can get out of here with a $100 night. I think they've changed this parking lot. It's been a long time since I've been here. Oh no, I can still get out over here. It just doesn't look like it. I think I can. I don't know. We're fixing to find out. Oh yeah. So when I first started doing this, or maybe it was into the spring or summer of last year, I had order after order after order out here, and a lot of times it was the same dude. Now how the hell? Okay. Anyway, let's see. This guy paid, it was $325 plus a base pay. Now I got a Little Caesars for $5.75 for 6 miles. I'm going to go ahead and accept it. I don't know where this Little Caesars is. I'm way out here. It's the one in Bryant, so I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, so I might as well take it. It's going to take me to Bryant, so... Oh, there's a dude standing there. Where the hell is the road at is what I want to know. I can't see squat out here. Tell me this is the road. No, that's not the road. There's the road. Alright. But yeah, I used to come out here all the time last year. These guys working out there overnight, they, you know, whatever. They order food and get it delivered. So this is going to take me into the back side of Bryant. But I gotta go over these railroad tracks that are not very smooth. I'm pretty sure if you came in here doing like 20 miles an hour, you would do some damage to your car. Alright, so I don't know. Other financial stuff that I do like to talk about, mainly just that one thing of just putting back $25. But there's other things that you can do, is just to try to make sure that, you know, if you're already in a position of having lots of debt, then find a way to get out from underneath that debt. Because I promise you, I've been there, and the debt is a huge burden to anybody. It doesn't fare well to people that are married. It's a huge burden on you as a person. It's even more of a burden on couples. I can speak to this, and it's just no fun. Find ways to not continue having debt. So get yourself on a budget, get yourself on a spending plan that includes paying off that debt. Do not accumulate more debt. I'm not saying debt is a bad thing, but credit card debt will eat you alive. If you can figure it out, do it. But I would recommend, if you can't live within your means, then stop spending all the freaking money, right? You're going to have to figure that out first. Find a way to figure that out. There's people out there that help with that kind of stuff. Lots of services out there. But a lot of times it just takes you digging deep to say, okay, can I afford to have this expensive car? Can I afford to have this expensive house? Can I afford to have these expensive things? Right? There's a lot of things that I do now that I don't do, that I didn't do in the past, and I've learned from mistakes. So I'm just letting you know, do anything and everything you can do to not, I'm just going to throw it out there. Pay your credit card bill off every month. Make it have a zero balance. And if you aren't in a position where you can make it a zero balance, make your balance less than it was last month every month until it's gone. Make your credit card balance less every single month until it's gone. Because what you pay in fees to those companies, and I've got credit cards, but I pay them off. They have a zero at the end of every month. I find a way, and part of it is me DoorDashing. So this is what I will tell you. If you can't cut your budget, you can't cut your expenses to be less, then you increase your income so that you can pay off more every single month. Is it fun? No. Can you do it? Yes. Do you have to have some fortitude to do it? Do you have to be able to tell somebody no? Yeah. And is it painful? It's painful. It's hard to tell yourself no. let alone someone else that you care about. But I'm just going to tell you, if you don't have the balls to say no, you will what's that? You will rue the day, right? Because it will come back to bite you in the worst way. Because whenever you have to get an attorney to start dealing with monetary issues, or you get an attorney to deal with relationship issues that are brought on because of monetary issues, then it's not good either which way. So take care of it long before it ever gets to that point. Alright, that's the feel-good story of the day, right? Anyway, just take care of your stuff. Be smart about it and make sure you pay off those things. Decrease your amount of debt every single month until you get to the point where you can use credit cards the way that the banks don't want you to, by using it for the benefit of you and then paying it off so you don't pay them money to do it. Okay? Anyway, alright, I'm going to go pick up this Little Caesars and we will be right back. Alright guys, we are back out here, ready to rock and roll. This one is 2.7 miles, but 7 minutes. So it's got a lot of different pathways to get to it. And I am really questioning this whole DoorDash maps is a piece of crap. But we're gonna just make the most of it and go deliver this food. Okay, well, as soon as I come over here, it takes me a much shorter 2.5 miles instead of 2.7. Alright, so that's my big two financial things to get over is $25 a week to pay it to your future self in the form of you can do it in a regular account, but you might look at your options of doing a Roth IRA, or maybe you put 25 in 1 week in your Roth and 25 the other week into a regular non-tax non-retirement account, right? So if you did that, the one bucket would grow tax-free. A Roth IRA grows tax-free as long as you take it out after you turn 59 and a half. The other bucket, you've already paid taxes on it. And I'm going to tell you about the Roth. A little thing about the Roth is the principal, you've already paid taxes on it. And if you take the principal out of the Roth at some point in the future, you can take it out at any time before you turn 59 and a half. So if you put in 10 years into a Roth IRA, then 10 times 52 times $25, whatever, that's like $13,000, I think. Then you could take out that $13,000 with no penalties, even though you're not 59 and a half, right? But if you had earnings, you can't take out the earnings without penalties. So you would get penalized if you take out the earnings, but you don't get penalized for taking out your principal because you've already paid taxes on the principal. Now on the taxable, if you've made a taxable account and you put in $25 a week into that, then when you sell that particular stock, if you bought the ETF, then you're going to have to pay taxes on it when you sell it. And yeah, so you probably only want to sell little bits at a time as you need it in the future, because when you sell it, you'll have to pay taxes on it. So taxes, no taxes. I like the Roth IRA for the purpose that it grows tax free. And if you put in, let's say for 40 years, you put in $13,000 a year, is I think $52,000 over a 40-year window. But that 52 grew to $1.1 million. And you had to pay taxes on that amount of money. That's a huge amount of money to have to pay taxes on. But if you didn't have to pay taxes on it because you put it all into a Roth IRA, how sweet would that be, right? You get to keep the full amount. But anyway, Roth, no Roth, either way, put the money back. I don't care if you had to pay taxes on it and you end up having to, you lose money to taxes. You're still far better off than you were if you didn't put the money back. Okay? Put the money back. Number 2, quit charging more than you can afford to pay off in any given month. If you have credit card debt, make the balance lower every single month till it's gone. And then use your credit cards, especially if you have credit cards that give you certain advantages like, hey, cash back, or hey, I have airline cards and I'm about to get I don't know, I think I'm going to get a hotel credit card because we're going to start traveling more potentially, and I want to have these hotel points saved up. Anyway, so just that kind of stuff. So I just highly encourage you guys to do that. But be wise, be smart, be able to say no to yourself, no to other people that, you know, and I'm here to tell you it's a hard thing to do, but it can be done. So anyway, I will sit back and cheer you on, and I hope for the best for you if you're listening to this. If you are one of the small handful of people to hear this little tirade that I'm going on, I hope it sinks in. I hope that you see the value, right? Because people that don't see the value won't, if they're not doing something like this, then they're just hurting themselves. Or they'll be in a position like me and get to be 50 years old and say, how am I going to afford to do the things that I want to do? How am I going to afford to quit working? How can I do that? 10 years ago, I was thinking that, you know what, I'm going to have to work until I die. Today, I'm looking at 5 more years, or not even 5 years. Really, my fingers are crossed at 3 more years. Now, I might be fooling myself, but fingers crossed 3 more years that I can find places to live outside of the United States that don't cost me near as much as what I'm paying today. And in doing so, that if I can even do some extra work on the sides or turn YouTube into something, right? Oh, crap, I just missed the place I wanted to go to it. And there might be a car coming behind me. I can't see stuff out here in the dark. This car does not turn quite as good as that little Honda does. And there's lights coming from behind hilltops, and you're thinking there's a car coming there. Okay, so I hate this stupid thing. It's telling me to turn. It's turning into a driveway, and there's this dude walking out here. I'm assuming this is it. Yes. Hey, dude.
Cash App, man.
Cash App?
Yeah, or I can.
Hey.
Add a tip on the app.
Hey, if you're willing to do the app, I'll take it. I appreciate it, dude.
Alright. I just tipped you, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, dude. Have a good night.
You too.
Alright, so he wanted my Cash App. And he said, or I can just do it on the app. I said, do it on the app, dude. Do it on the app. Drop your Cash App. Oh, I'll tip you. Okay, well, I never saw that, but I'm seeing it now. So I don't see any ding. I'm not getting a tip, but whatever. I should have got the Cash App, right? Maybe it'll come through. Alright, so we're going to send him a message. What am I going to say? Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Continue. Handed it to the customer. Boom. Oh, there we go. He added $5. So $5 added to that one was he had $3.25 and added $5, or it was $3.25 and $2.50, and he added $5 more. So that was freaking awesome. Thank you guys very much. I'm gonna send him one extra message just because of that. Thanks for the extra, much appreciated. So that was nice of him to do that. That puts me at $86, and I need $14 in 14 minutes. I need one $14 order, dude. That's all I need. $14 order. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. 14. That's all we need. $14. Come on. $14 and one delivery. $14. $14. I need to hit 100. Now, here's what I will say. I also had a $2 cash tip earlier in the day, so really I'm at 88. I'll still take 14 though. But $12, $14, either way, send me your money. $14, $12, $12. I'll take the $12. That's gonna be a tough get right here. I'm down to 13 minutes. I'm kind of outside I'm outside of a zone. So I gotta get, now I'm back in the zone. I need a $14 order. Don't take me into Little Rock to get it though. Come on. Stay in Benton, Bryant. I need a $14 or $12, 14, 12 for 1 mile. That would be the best. I would take a 10 mile. 10 miles is going to take me 30 minutes to do it, or better. And that's okay. I don't mind taking an order before 10 o'clock and then having to deliver it. But I'd like to just go ahead and head to the house. And I probably will if I get up here into where there's some restaurants. I don't know that I want to go that far away. But I also don't want to have to try to make up for this this extra $12 later in the week. I'd like to get it tonight. Tonight. Whoa! I don't know what that song is. Alright, let's go back on the freeway, access road, and get back towards the city and see what might come our way in the next few minutes. So I'm thinking probably just one more order, unless I don't get any orders before 10 o'clock. Because I am at, where am I at on my steps? 55:27, so it's going to take me 45 minutes to get my steps in. So if I work till 10:30, I can still do it. I just hate putting that much pressure on myself. But I also want to hit the $100. Alright, people, come on. Come on. Alright, so I can't say we've been dashing for 47 minutes, but this video has been going for 47 minutes. But it was going before and something stopped it, and this is the second video in dashing in the dark. So we'll put them together probably. Oh, dang it. Wingstop for $9. So close. It's freaking 11 miles. Dang it, it's a long ways out. I'm gonna accept it. Maybe I'll get it stacked on there. I don't think I will, because it's, unless there's just some other place that's relatively close on the path to go out of town to go deliver this order. But this order is probably going to take me 30 minutes to deliver it and get back. So I will fall approximately $3 short tonight, which is, I'm going to tell you, that's good. That is A-okay. Even though it's going to take me an hour, this is going to take me an extra 30 minutes or so just to deliver this. My dad sent me a reel. I don't know what app that is. What is that, a Facebook reel? I need to call him to see how he's doing. I don't ever call him. He calls me all the time. So it'd probably be nice if I called him every once in a while. So here is a third piece of financial advice. If you have any kind of money, or maybe you don't have money but you've got property, and you want that property to go to who you want it to go to, you want that money to go who you want it to go to, I highly recommend, and this is something that I keep putting off myself, but I keep telling myself, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, and if I don't do it, then it's going to come back and bite me, right? Create either, I would go so far as to say, get a trust for your, if you have any kind of money, right? Because if you have money that's not in a 401k, or any kind of retirement account, because those typically have beneficiaries associated with it, and your beneficiaries can be assigned that way. But if you have property, if you have a house, and let's just say, even if the house is not paid for, right? But if you have a house that it has equity, that you've paid on it for 10, 20 years, you've got a lot of equity built up in that house. And you would hate for that house to go to someone that you didn't want it to go to, or to fall back into the bank, right? So there's a couple things with that, is like, I would get life insurance for the amount that you still owe on the house, so that if you were to pass, then the life insurance would cover the house, and then they could sell the whole house and make all the money on it, as opposed to losing the house back to the bank and not making the money on that equity. So anyway, but get yourself a trust and put your assets inside that trust, and then that way the trust can say, hey, I'm the person who owns the trust, but I also have beneficiaries built into the trust that say who I want that money to go to. So look up the details on all that. Lots of stuff to deal with that. I keep putting it off because I don't want to have to deal with attorneys. And that's the hardest part, and I really need to get over that and take care of that. So anyway, I'm gonna run in, grab this food, and we'll be right back. So I hadn't got out of the car yet, so I just wanted to read this. I just got a message from the last dude where he bumped me up $5, and he wrote, "Thank you for the memes and great service." What do I tell people on this channel? How do you get extra tips? How do you get 5.0 customer rating? Is you're nice to them, you deliver promptly, you keep the food warm. Yes, send cheesy memes, right? Even if you don't send the memes, you let people know, you keep them informed. Where is your order? I'm picking up your order. I'm delivering your order. I'm dropping off your order, stuff like that. So anyway, I just highly recommend doing that. And I wrote him back, dude, thank you for saying that. I try really hard and you've made my day. So, awesome. And he may have sent something else, I can't tell. Alright, I gotta go get this food. We'll be right back. Alright guys, so 18 minutes in 10 miles. So yeah, it's way out in the middle of nowhere. Will not be getting any more deliveries after this one. So 18 minutes there, 18 minutes back. It's gonna be 10:40. So let me send last delivery. But it'll be 40 minutes. Dot. So it is what it is. Okay. So we are headed to this last delivery. Alright, anything else that we could talk about? We'll probably shut the video down once we get there. So that means we got 18 whole freaking minutes of chit chat about DoorDash or ramblings about nothing. So let me take a look over here at Facebook and see if there's just anything that looks something worthy of chatting about. I can't find. Oh, look at there. There's a fire truck. You have one new like on your page. What? Oh, I'm up to 7 likes and 14 followers. Hey, so I'm going to tell you this real quick. If you haven't done it so far, like and subscribe this YouTube channel. But also, there's my Facebook page. So I have more than one Facebook page, but I do have the Rambling Dasher Facebook page, of which I have 1 new follower today. So awesome. We only have 7 likes and 14 followers, but that's okay. I just started the Facebook page to share the YouTube videos. And then I share all the YouTube videos over onto other DoorDashing groups. But then I also put other things out there, like at the end of a dash, I will put how I did that day and just take a screenshot of it and dump it out there and see if we get comments or other followers, right? So, and I do have another Facebook page that is quote unquote Facebook monetized. I have made money off of it, hundreds of dollars over time. I think the best month I ever had was like $86, and I was like, oh, I could get used to doing this. But then the next month, it's like $25, and then the next month, 75 cents. It's so frustrating the way they do their crap on there. It's like I'll post and post and post, and not no one. I don't know. It's very frustrating. I had one post that Facebook sent out, and like it hit the algorithm, whatever. Come on, I hate this thing. And but yeah, it hit the algorithm, and thousands of people saw it, and hundreds of people liked it, and all kinds of people in different countries. And it was just a picture of like me going to an ice cream shop. It wasn't even me, it was my hand holding the ice cream. Because my other Facebook page is called Tip Top Chew. So if you like foodie things or just seeing pictures of food, and it just happens to be food that me or the people that are with me eat, and I share good food, right, at restaurants that I happen to go to, and they're typically not chains. Occasionally we'll do some memes associated with food as well, just to try to be funny, because I like that stuff. But yeah, it's just the places I go, sharing good food. I try to find new places, go to places I've never been. Sometimes there happens to be your favorite pizza place opens up in like a half a mile from your house, and you eat that all the time, and you share their pizza a lot, right? But I don't know. I've been doing this for probably 10 years now. I don't know for sure how long that Tip Top Chew has been around, but it's going on there. Anyway, a long time. But check out Facebook, The Rambling Dasher, Tip Top Chew. You know, we're just looking for ways to grow. Ultimately, if we can make money from these things, from ads or whatever, that's the goal with the Rambling Dasher on YouTube. But it's a side, it's like a hobby, but a side benefit could be that it could grow into something that makes money on YouTube. It may never grow into something that makes money on YouTube. I enjoy doing it, and I kind of like, this is what I enjoy, right? I like being a little bit of a subject matter expert in something and being able to help people. So if there's ways that I can help people to become a better DoorDasher, or to be able to save money for their future, to pay off credit cards, to find ways to do those things, then I want to be able to help people where I can help them. And I've got a few ways to do that. Now, right now, it's not any which way other than doing this Rambling Dasher YouTube page. But if somebody sees it and they get a benefit out of it, then that's what I'm here for. So anyway, there's that. Man, I hate going out here. It's so freaking far. I don't even know. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a long ways. I'm not gonna get out of it. Well, that was nice. I have some new followers. So, let's see what people have to say in the Facebook group, National DoorDash Driver Forum, with 31,000 members. Dashed yesterday for 7.2. Oh, Dash today 7. I don't know what these people are. 7.25 to go 9 miles. So I'm guessing they're supposed to $7.25. Customer not home when I contacted her after 4 rings. Said Dash messed up on the address. You need to bring to me, so 9 miles back, only for her not, and now it says see more, to even give me anything extra. If I could publicly announce her name and say do not deliver to her, I would. Peep sus sometimes. Well, I would agree with that. I've had some sus deliveries along the way doing this stuff. The only thing I can tell you is that it will balance out. You will have some crap deliveries. You will have some that are no tip for a long ways. And you will have some people that are generous more than you thought they would be, because you prejudge people based upon what they're ordering, what neighborhood they're in, whatever you're prejudging people for, then and they will surprise you sometimes. And the people that you think, oh, they live in this huge house out in the richest neighborhood and you ought to get a huge tip, and they won't tip you anything. You know, so it's just, it is what it is, and you just keep working through it and doing the best you can. And here's what this is what I would say to that is, treat everybody with respect and treat them as though they're going to give you a $5 or a $10 or a $20 extra tip at the end. And then somebody will. Not everybody will, but at the end of the day, if you treat people like that in the hopes that they return the favor, even though they don't have to, but sometimes the gratuity will come. But on top of that, if you don't get the gratuity, then you know that you put forth the effort to do the job, right? That you did a good job for them. And at the end of the day, you don't have to question your effort and the deliberation you put into this product that you put out there, right? Yeah, I can tell you this. I can't tell you how many times people have replied to me and says, you are now my new favorite dasher, or you aren't usual, right? You aren't the normal dasher. And I've read enough of these things, and I've seen enough videos of some crappy dashers, and I've dealt with enough support issues of people that didn't deliver the food, and I'm going to the restaurant and they never mark the food as being picked up. So they picked up the food and never marked it as being picked up and drove off with the food, right? So, and then the order gets doesn't get canceled, it gets assigned to another dasher, and the second dasher says, oh, we already gave that to another guy. I remember going to Burger King one night and they said, you're the 6th person been through here to pick up that order, but we gave it to the first person. And you know what the 5 delivery people after that did? They just canceled the order so it would go to the next person. I sat down and I said, you know what? I am going to fix this so that it doesn't go to a 7th person. Somewhere along the way I've missed a turn. I don't know where. It could be way back there. This is what happens when I'm not looking at my GPS. It was back there a little ways. I thought I was going to another neighborhood, because usually when I come out here, there's this huge neighborhood out in the middle of nowhere. Freaking Doges. I own a little bit of Doge in my taxable account, and I'm kicking myself in the head because last year it went up, and it went, well, it was right around the time of the election, and everybody just thought, oh, with what's his name? What the heck is his name? The Tesla dude. Whenever he was gonna be part of the Doge thing, and the Dogecoin just took off, and I'm kicking myself in the head because it was such a bad deal that I didn't want to raise my taxes by the amount that I was going to make. And I was like, because I'd been, so just behind the scenes, not trying to tell people how much money I have or anything, because I don't, anyway. But I was playing with hundreds of dollars worth of, just $100 here, $100 there, and I was like buying Dogecoin, and then I would sell Dogecoin. I would buy it, and then I would sell it. I would buy it, and then I would sell it. And then I got up to like $1,000, and I would buy it, and I would sell it. And I would make $100 or a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, and then Doge started going down, and I bought some more, because when it goes down, you can buy more shares of it. Well, now I put in like $5,000 in Dogecoin, and then it went down to $1,500 worth. And I'm like, holy crap, what am I going to do with this crap, The reality with it was kind of like play money, and I know $5,000 is not just play money to me, but it was kind of meant to be, in the hopes that someday it would go up more than double or triple, or just go crazy with whatever. And lo and behold, it didn't do that, and I couldn't buy and sell it anymore because it was trading at $1 amount, and I was buying it and selling. It was bouncing around, and I could buy it on the low and sell it on the high, buy it on the low, sell it on the high. But then all of a sudden it just kept going down, and I thought, oh well, okay, well, if it's going to go down here, it'll go back up to where it was before, and I would sell it and have that many more shares. And it just kept going down, and I kept buying it until I had $5,000 in it, and then it was only worth $1,500. Well, lo and behold, here comes what's his name, Elon Musk, and he gets in there with the Trump, and that thing skyrockets. Not that, I mean, it skyrockets for me, because whatever I put in, whatever I had in there, $5,000 was only worth $1,500. Well, it jumps back up to $5,000, and I'm like, oh, should I sell it? I didn't really buy it to sell it to break even, but I also didn't buy it to lose $3,500, right? So I'd be happy to get out of it. But then it kept going up, and it kept going up, and it kept going up. Now my $5,000 investment is now worth $10,000, but it's only worth $10,000 if I sell it, and I would make $5,000 profit. Well, guess what happened? I didn't sell it. Now it's back down below $5,000. It's down below $4,000. So it hasn't gone back to as bad as it was, but I'm down $1,500 in the last few weeks, but it's inching around, 750 to 1250 range of me being in the negative. And I'm just like, oh, I wish this thing would just take off. I don't really know that much about it, and that's why I look at it as play money, because it's not a stable, solid investment. It might make you money, but it's not something safe. I can promise you that. But a lot of the things that I have invested aren't necessarily safe. I can lose money in all of it. But the hope is that over time it will be good, and I don't have to have the money tomorrow. So I can look 3, 4, 5 years down the road and hope that someday it will be worth more than what it is today. Anyway, so I don't know where I got off on that or why I said that, but there's something. I got some notification about Doge was moving up. So I just hope it just skyrockets again. I would do anything to have it jump back up to where I could have $10,000 and make $5,000 off of it. And then be happy about paying taxes on it. But I don't want to pay taxes on it, but I would be happy to be able to, pay taxes on it. I may end up selling it as a loss so I can sell something else that has taxable on it, just so I can take that money and invest it in things that are safe, because that is not safe at all. It's so dark out here, I can't see squat. I have no idea. It says 1 more minute. 1 more minute. I have never been to this place, I promise you. Or if I have, it's never been after dark. We are way out in the middle of nowhere. The roads are getting smaller. Okay, this is my last real road that we're fixing to turn on here. The next one should be a driveway somewhere up this road, and not too far. Granted, you can't see the houses. Okay, it is a gravel driveway. Oh, and there's water sitting out here. This might be a house I delivered to not that long ago. I may have delivered to this before. See this? I don't know. You get out here and they start to look familiar. I'll be right back. So I'm struggling with the internet out here. So that's kind of a tough situation. Please don't let me hit a bunch of crap either. I just want to be able to turn this thing around. I'll meet you when you get in the driveway. Ba-dum-bum. I wish this thing would understand my predictive text at this point and read my mind. Okay. So I don't think they're going to leave me any extra tip at this point. So, and them not leaving me the extra tip, which I think this is the same one as the last time I came out here. It's way out here in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night, but like this time, and this is the last delivery, right? So, alright. So I'm going to end this dash, and it should have me at about $96-ish, $97. So, I don't know how to end the dash. Return to dash before you can end the dash. $95. So, yeah. Oh, look, there's a promo. I have not seen a promo in a long... Oh, this is some freebie for completing deliveries promo, not a bonus. Well, I haven't seen a bonus in a long time. Save driving, read instructions, dash preferences. Where the heck is the end? Oh, there's an end now. End now. Alright. So, 6 hours, 17 minutes with a 20-minute ride home. 13 out of 14, $95. So that's how we end the night. And yeah, so not too bad at the end of the day. Let's see my ratings, if anything changed. Oh, my acceptance did go up by 2. So some of my old declines have fallen off, which means that I'm getting back to my second 100, I guess. So whenever, if you don't know how DoorDash works with your AR, it's the 101st DoorDash falls off, whatever it was. If it was an accept or a decline, it will fall off. And your latest one, if it's an accept or a decline, will be the 100th, or it'll be the last one. I guess the first one falls off, and this one will be the 100th now. But every time you take another order, it's now the 100th one, because the first one fell off, and you only keep the rolling 100. So if you have some declines fall off, then that's how your AR goes up. If you have accept for an accept, then your AR stays the same. So if you ever run into a situation where you've hit 5 new deliveries, but you're at 81, and you're 81, and you're 81, and you're 81, that means the 5 on the end that were going to fall off were all accepts as well. So you just bump some accepts off. You need to bump some declines off for it to go up. And so I've bumped a couple of declines off, because I was at 79 earlier, maybe 78, and I'm up to 81 right now. So I'm happy about that. I'm still at I still have 5.0. I guess I need to get my GPS out, because I may not know where I am, because these don't look right. They just don't look right. Home. I may have not gone the right way here. Alright, maybe. Oh yeah, but it's telling me to... Oh, no, it's taking me around another way. I don't care, as long as I get home. Alright, so 23 minutes home going that way. I don't know, it'd probably be less if I'd made a U-turn. But I didn't remember passing these things here. Oh well. Well, anyway, so enough about that. I'm going to go ahead and end this channel, or not this channel, but this dash, this video. I appreciate you guys for sticking around this long. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Check out Tip Top Chew. And make sure you check out the links down below for all of our possible affiliates and help us out if you can. So anyway, have a good night. Thank you guys. Bye.